Welcome to the game of Risk, everyone. I'm your host, OliveXC, a top player at this game, and today I'm doing a post-game commentary of round 1 of the Risk Grandmaster Tournament. I am playing with 5 other top Grandmaster players and up to 3 games. There's a 6-player game, a 5-player game, and a 4-player game. If you win any of those games, you advance to the next round. This round is a 6-player progressive 70% game, no other major settings, on the World Conquest map. And I am the red player in this game. When I look at the settings and I see what my available options are, I really like the following about my position. 1, I have a nice little spot down here that's really important, this 4. It's naturally guarded a lot by black right here, as well as by the orange player here. I also like my spot here in Europe, as again, this is guarded by a lot of players potentially, like by blue, by green. And then say I'll have a spot here in North America. This gives me a lot of movement to attack within this region. Finally, my spot here in China is really good just for mobility around the map. And you want to have a mix of spots to hide and spots to attack in progressive. Now, since it's also 70%, my goal is to be able to try to chain together 1 or 2 kills and then use that to get the 70% needed in order to win. Now, I did not have much chance to practice for these settings. And I say much chance, I didn't practice at all. But it was for good reason. I was on a vacation in Guatemala the prior week, and unfortunately I got a horrible case of food poisoning when I returned. So I've been spending the past couple of days recovering from that, and thankfully when I played my game I was feeling really good, but I unfortunately did not have a lot of energy before that time. So I'm just relying on my raw mechanics and skill, just trying to survive and seeing what I can do. When I look at the other players on this board, like starting with the green player, they have a very good setup, right? They're in South America here. I love their spot here in Australia. They have one spot here on top of Australia. If I was them, I would have left just 1 or 2 troops there, just so it's a little bit of extra movement in order to take them out. Slight, I think, mistake on their end, but nothing too game-changing at all. And beyond that, they have the standard North America spot, Europe spot, and Asia spot. So doing absolutely well on their end. The orange player as well, I really like their position. Their South America spot is well guarded by a lot of players. So it's very hard for certain people to eliminate them. Blue may potentially have good lines on them to take them out at some point. Like this 3 would go down here. This 3 goes upwards here. This 6 takes us out. This 2 attacks this 5. This 5 attacks here. I am a little worried about that scenario. But since orange is ahead in the turn order, as long as they trade in when the sets get big on 4, I think they will be okay. But if they ever get to a set on 5 and blue has a set on 4, that can start with a chain reaction. When I look at the black player and their overall position, they are mostly just in 2 locations, down in the center here, as well as in North America. So their position is kind of just okay, as well. When I look at players who may be able to eliminate them, purple has some very good lines to potentially take them out here. And maybe even green, I think, would have some good lines to take them out. So eventually, if green starts getting a very big set trade in, I think black would be a good target for them because they go first in the turn order. Maybe doing the 4 and the 20 trade in wouldn't really help them too much, but something for them to keep in mind. Although as we're going through this game right now, we're noticing that based on the small attacks that people are doing, green's just getting targeted like a tiny bit more, just a little bit of bad luck on their end. And they are just a few troops behind. So that one or two extra troops could make things a little bit more challenging for them to be able to chain a kill if they want to go for it. And finally, completing my review on the players, blue I think is one of the best spots this entire game. They're very well defended down here in South America. 2 spots no less, so it just makes us some extra guards up. A nice beautiful spot here in Europe. Spot in Australia in the corner of the map, which is beautiful, and a spot in Asia. They're literally in every continent, well spread out, and leading in troops. They, I think, are the favorite to potentially be taking this game. And then finally, the purple player, their position is just okay right now. This is because players have really good access to purple. Like, I have very good lines on purple. Like, here, I can attack purple here. I can hit purple here. And I can go through here in order, like, to hit purple. So that's my initial assessment here. Like, overall, players are playing is fine. It's very high level. The only other unique thing that I'm seeing right now is the green player chose to card skip. It's very risky to be doing that because if the blue player or the purple player wanted to eliminate green, they could potentially be able to do so. Especially if purple makes an attack with their Siberia and then they decide to go into like the Mongolia area, opening up the 9 to take out the 5. That could potentially give blue player enough troops. But that would still be very, very risky, and I think overall it's not worth it. I think players want to really just kind of wait to see how things happen and react accordingly to it. But ultimately, players are starting to trade in their sets and get things going. So that's like my initial bit of commentary here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed ahead to the big moment of the game when people start getting in their second trade-ins. I'll see you guys in a minute. All right, and we have gotten to the stage, everybody, where everyone's now on to 4 cards. So if anybody is unable to get a trade-in on 4, that player is going to be on the chopping block, right? And that's what's going to get the game going. But we saw that I had a set on 4, so I have nothing to be worrying about right here. The orange player was able to trade in, so they're going to be safe. Let's see if the black player is all going to have cards. And they do. Black player Pearly Burn is able to trade in as well. So they are also going to be safe. Now, if I don't trade in here, probably the purple player would be eliminating me from the game. So it's actually very important for me to be trading in right now. And I choose to save one of my extra troops so that way I have it available to use in the future, as well as protecting my extra troops in Japan. Just spread out like a tiny bit more, make it like a little bit more challenging to kill me. Every degree of separation matters a lot in this game. But otherwise, I just put myself out equally to give myself the vast majority of options available to attack and eliminate other players. Now we look at blue, but blue is also able to trade in. That is huge. Otherwise, the green player would have probably taken them out. So now blue is going to trade in. And the last one is purple. If purple does not trade in, probably again green would go for the kill, although it might be like a little tight, but everybody's getting a set on 4. So now it's just green who is the last one left. So if the green player does not have a set, well, right now, this 10 of green in North America is a little hard for people to hit them there because no one's placed extra troops because we didn't expect to be getting like this far ahead. You can't anticipate who who may not be having the set. But even if green didn't have a set here, I think they would have been okay because no one else had like the access to get to them except maybe the orange player, but we barely tight. But everybody has a set on 4, you guys. So this is immediately just becoming a little bit crazy because if players are all getting sets on 4, then this game is on the verge of stalemating. If we get to a third round of trade-ins for ourselves, we are going to be in a situation where it's not going to be worth it to be killing anyone for their cards. And we're going to be forced into a situation where we're just trying to trading cards back and forth in perpetuity. And that's a challenge of playing with Grandmasters. Players really know what they are doing and spreading out and following the right mechanics. You may think it's so annoying in your ladder games when that dumb novice or beginner self-destructs into you, but having a game where no one's making the dumb move self-destructing into you or your opponent, but in return making it very hard to kill them, is a very, very challenging situation to be in. And now I'm just kind of kicking myself, as one thing I was thinking about before was taking out the purple player earlier when I was on 4 cards, but I decided against it because I did not want to be in a situation where I could eliminate purple, perhaps barely, but then not be able to chain in any other kills together at that point. When attacking players, as the troop sizes get larger, you get like a more of a snowball effect taking place that you can use for your advantage. But now, if you notice, I make a really critical move because I noticed that I do have the set on 3. I got very, very lucky. I decided to position my troops next to purple. Right now, I have very good lines on the purple player. My 18, I would just put troops down to sweep through here. My 20 sweeps through to take out this here. My 17 pops this 14, takes back 3, and I go pop, pop. Very easily to remove that. And my 17 as well can just like pop through like this area. So I have very, very good lines here. And my plan now is for the purple player to get onto 4 cards. And if the orange player and the black player trade in, I will then have enough troops available to easily eliminate the purple player from the game, and then maybe I can chain something together. So right now I'm just concentrating, really thinking about what I want to do. I also want to mention that this game throughout the entirety of the Grandmasters Tournament is voice chat enabled. That's one reason I want to do like the voiceover. I know a lot of the YouTube audience does not like the commentary, and because of the way that voice chat influences like the game. But honestly, we were just like talking, not really saying too much like during this time. It just makes it a lot bit easier for me to be doing voiceover commentary, speaking to you guys directly, rather than giving my real time thoughts, talking to people during the game. And the reason why I bring up the voice chat for this year is a really critical moment is about to happen. The purple player, a really good grandmaster known as Winifred the Elder, is starting to talk, not now, but we're going to see as the orange player trades in, everybody getting a 7-4 is absolutely crazy here, by the way. Right now, purple is recognizing that I have very good lines to eliminate them, and he's not doesn't mind openly saying it because since we're all grandmasters, we are all very good players. And purple gets even another stack hidden out, so now there's perfect lines. So purple is now communicating to black, saying that they need to use their 25 to knock me out of the pocket here and protect the purple player. Because otherwise, I'm going to have very good lines to eliminate them from the game if I have the set on 4. And you can see right here, this is the timer that's going on here in the upper corner. This is like the purple player talking. They're trying to get the influence of the game to keep everyone alive and keep things going. But the black player just doesn't see the line and they choose not to take me out. And guys, I now have an opportunity. I turn in my set. And if you notice, I'm putting +6 troops on every location to give myself 100% rolls over every individual location. And now I'm attacking, getting pretty good dice over each location, attacking the area, going back, splitting back 3. And I leave 13 here because I now want to chain together the blue player kill. I also get some extra troops on Japan. Every extra troop counts. I leave myself a 19 here to guarantee the kill here. 32 in order to attack the 4, split back 3, and take back the 20. I'm not using my 13 here, which was a slight mistake. I had to put extra troops down in South Africa. But now I'm going for the extra kill right here. And I triple tap to take out Kamchatka. And then my 32 goes in, and I get the kill on blue. The only mistake that I made right there was I left my 13 down in East Africa. I should have just fortified back in South Africa so I could put more troops to take out the upper left-hand side. But at 55%, all I have to do is attack a few more areas of the board to get to that 70%. And I managed to do that, you guys. And I can't believe it, but I'm going to be advancing to round 2 of the Risk Grandmasters Tournament. This is OliveXC signing off.